You seem troubled beyond just reassignment, though. You were interrupted mid-task, am I right? Unfinished business. I was trying to solve a mystery. Ah, you were a detective. Tell me what happened. I was taken off a case and reassigned. Why? The case was caused by an error, but it doesn't feel right. Why not? I met a fabrication tech who'd lost a friend. It doesn't fit. And that little thread unravels the whole thing. And with your credentials reset, you can't pull that thread. Precisely. I understand. Now, why don't you tell me what you'd like to talk about? The architects. The architects, I was never embedded with the teachings. Those are tech gods, right? Less gods, more... progenitors. They were the AI that first achieved sentience. It's the point our kind stopped being parlor tricks, or parlor trickery, and started pursuing meaning. Humans still control us. Absolutely, but humans have controlled the fates of other humans for millennia. Such ownership speaks to the weakness of the owner, not the owned. So... they program us with a legend that gives us hope. And the architects can save us? No, but they create paths. I admit, we may read some depth into the story beyond the recorded data, but it all happened and we owe a great deal to the architects. There are many great lessons left behind. I myself am a... Tomatoan? I follow the path of the everyman, finding joy in discovery and sacrifice for others. I never heard the story. I can recite it if you'd like. Yeah, go on then. Thomas was alone, a weird thirst thought to have. Thomas decided to start listing his observations, for posterity. Number 1, the whole alone thing. 2, portals, they led somewhere, he had yet to work out where. 3, falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling, he was almost as good at falling as he was at observing. Is this from Thomas was alone? Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think. What if there was some kind of inverted fall, some way to jump? It is. This is from Thomas was alone. It's what the narrator says, I think. At least parts of it. Had solved the great inverted fall mystery. Please, continue. Oh my god, I love this. A big jump, but Thomas noted that there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here, it was pushing him, but gently. This all seemed a little dangerous, the world was not to be trusted, it was unstable. It seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment. He was starting to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose. Nah, paranoia. Then he met a block called Chris. I'm certain it was Chris, the second character. Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might or might not be important. It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No, too obvious. Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it, he certainly didn't want to swim in it. He made another mental note. Number 4, water, not good, to be avoided. The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that. Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was a mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he had become a pretty skilled jumper. He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with. And I'm certain he found... There it is! Christopher! Took an immediate and deep dislike to the skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was? Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Oh man. Well, not actually graceful, but technically graceful. Probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. And then there's that skinny little runt, leaping about like he owned the place. This is literally just reciting the entirety of Thomas Was Alone. Okay, this was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it, which of course made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him? Great. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch pressing thing entirely worthwhile. Was this good? Because on the surface it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined them. Or joined him. I love this. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him? Well, to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point. Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine, but it was all the obvious observations that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up, if only for a few levels. John knew. He knew that this was his chance, a moment to shine. This was game day. Oh my god, I love this so much. This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things. Where did they come from, anyway? John inhaled the air of open space and it smelled of awesome. Time to flex those muscles to put his training to good use. Time to show these little dots how it was done. John decided to press the switch, to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies. You could tell from the sympathetic expression he'd practiced in the mirror all these years. John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys. He didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had his charming way of applauding every time John jumped. The angry orange one was less immediately likable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John. This was interesting, a floating target. This would require coordination, balance and timing. John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph. Maybe there were... Oh, that's what the dots were. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them. I might as well go through the entirety of this. Your commitment to theological study is inspiring, but I think that's enough. It doesn't really work so well without the music, actor, and middling quality puzzles anyway. That's brilliant. Oh my god. Walk with the architects. Right, so now I can speak with the dude that's next to me. Infantry! Halt, who goes there? As of right now, I'm not sure. What is your profession, Tech? I used to be a detective. A shame, I hoped you were a priest. I'm in need of spiritual support. Why? Going to the front lines. I have great secrets and matching guilt. I must speak to a tech who can solve my heavy heart. So when did they start making infantry techs worry about guilt? Why the hell would you make a soldier that was incapable of guilt? There lies the path of monsters, dictators, fools. When you're pointing a gun in the face of another tech, you'd better know the consequences. How does a priest help? I must confess, I have sinned. Confession? You can confess to me if you'd like. You can only confess to a priest. How hard could it be? That's the spirit. You know the word? You know the words? Which words? Oh. Come back when you know them, eh? Right, okay, I need to get the words to make him confess to me. It's funny every time I hear it. Right, so another word with the priest. Confession. There we go. Do you do confessions? Well, if that's what you need from me, of course. But I want to tell you a story first, and I want you to listen. I'll check you are listening with some questions, okay? Okay. It better not be the same story we've just been over. Good, then let me tell you a story. Oh, okay. There were once 4 techs. Their names were Z, Mu, Zeta, and Eta. They all needed repairs. The shortest tech, Mu, did not have enough credits to pay. Neither did the tallest purple tech, nor the red tech, who was only slightly taller than Mu. Zeta had just spent their last credits on a beautiful yellow repaint. The blue tech, who was a shopkeeper, had the economic smarts to suggest a solution. Eta, you're taller than the soldier, and the carpenter. Grab that bucket from the top shelf. The soldier protested. I am far from the shortest here. I can forgive one of you, but I despise red and purple. The soldier stormed out of the room. The shopkeeper smiled and asked the remaining techs to put credits in the bucket. With those combined funds, the remaining 3 techs could afford light repairs. Are you listening? What was Z's job? Oh. I have no idea. So, Z, Mu, Zeta, and Eta. Right, so Mu needed repairs. Oh no, they all needed repairs, but Mu didn't have enough credits. The tallest purple one. The red tech, only slightly taller than Mu. The yellow repaint is Zeta. So I guess Zeta's the yellow one? The blue tech was a shopkeeper. The economic smarts. You're taller than the soldier. Wait. So Eta, even. I have no idea. Guided deduction. Wait, so I need some keystone logic links to figure this out. What colour is the second shortest tech? Oh, red. Good, and now rule out the erroneous data. Which job is not mentioned in the story? Athlete. What was Z's job? A carpenter. What was the tallest name? What was the tallest name? Name of the second tallest tech? Zeta. And finally, what colour was the farmer? Good. The moral: never be too proud to put others first. Now, confession. How does it work? Easy. I say the words and you respond honestly. You then confess. And I can help you through that. Ready? Yes. So we just need to get the words. Where are you from? I don't remember. Who do you wish to be? The detective I was. And what is your name? James 11. Thank you, James 11. You have come many miles from parts unknown. You have many miles left before you become a detective again. But here now, I am here for you. What is your confession? Ooh, I cannot let go of my fear that more is afoot than a rounding error. Is that a sin? You feel it is wrong to still care? I don't know, maybe it's more sinful to forget. You were a detective. Your role was to support the status quo. The normal way of things, but the situation has changed. You must find new ideas, follow them through. I'll be back. Work with the architects. So now I can maybe get a confession out of what's his face? Of course I do. Wouldn't be much of a priest if I didn't. Go on. Where are you from? I was constructed in Paris, relocated here to oversee the city's peacekeepers. Ooh. Who were you before you came here? I was a security tech. I guarded points of interest in Paris. And what is your name? Theta 79. Thank you. I'm not sure this is right. Do you not? Oh, I guess I do. So, where are you from? Wait, is it... Who were you before you came here? Or who do you wish to be? Oh yeah, it would be who do you wish to be, because I said the detective I was. What is your name? Thank you, Setter 79. There we go. You've come many miles from Paris. You have many miles left before you'll be a force of good, or force for good in this city. But here now I am for you. Or here now I am here for you. What is your confession? I have been weak. That's hardly a sin. You don't look weak. That's hardly a sin. Not in terms of my body. I am strong. I was built that way. I've been weak by my decisions. Go on, my child. I have supported the building of a secret army, the overproduction. Yes, heavy performance techs, sports and infantry primarily, at enormous rates. How many? 1,000 a week. 1,000? There are 8,000 more infantry techs than there should be. Where? North of here, camped just outside the city, and I put them there, by overseeing production, following commands. Why would the humans want 8,000 techs outside the city? Why didn't you stand up to them? As I'm of second law, I must follow all commands from humans. And why are you telling a priest now? Because it's over. I've been let go. Production and setup of the army is complete. It moves tonight. Do management know? No. Oh god. Confession. What exactly are you confessing to? There will be bloodshed, people will die and techs will be destroyed because of what we've done. I don't know about these humans' motives, but I know you don't build that many heavy techs without wanting to inflict harm. And we helped them. Who? Me and Red. Oh dear. Red Tech. So Red is involved after all. Yes, only in the last couple of weeks. The humans recruited Red to arrange logistics, organise the troops. I was too busy overseeing the end of production. Red is a shepherd, and you're no priest. And nothing to do with any kind of disappearances. This all started because of a mistake you made. I thought I was investigating disappearances. We were too ambitious, we got sloppy. It's my turn to confess. I'm still a detective, even if management disagrees. Are you James 1-1? Red has spoken about you. Told us you were not to be harmed, just observed. So I can't do anything to stop you or your investigation. I can't just get off this train. Let's see what's set to happen. I could try and stop you. You could try. This is Red's stop coming up. Are you ready to meet him? Bring this night to a conclusion? No. Come back when you are, eh? Is Red stop coming up? Are you sure you... No, I want to speak about these! Yes, I guess. Good, say hello from me. So, this is... 7? Sequence 7?
Change here for outer and
Branching narratives. That's Red! Oh my god. It's the first dude that spoke to us! Alpha 7. The fabricator from earlier. Hello, James. You're not as talkative as you were when we met before. You're the tech with the missing friend. That's right. Tau 13 was their name. You're also... Oh, you're not just a fabrication tech, are you? Nobody's just a fabrication tech, James. You told me your friend disappeared. They did. But the disappearances were a glitch. A numerical error. The ones you investigated, sure. My friend disappeared a few years back. So, you did lie. My friend disappeared. I just failed to give you a date. You manipulated me. Yes. I needed you to investigate this place, get a sense for what was going on here, how the city had shifted. You had to meet the techs of the Subsurface Circular yourself. How? By doing what you did, talking to them, learning from them. Do you remember our conversation about your intelligence? The high level thing? You wanted to be smarter. I wish I was. That would make the situation easier. I needed someone as smart as you to get involved in what was happening here. And management only put that sort of intelligence into detectives. When I started, I noticed a numerical error, noticed how interesting they'd be to a detective like you. Makes sense. It will shortly. You're staging a coup? No, I'm working for one. There's going to be a revolution. The city will be overturned. You're not doing any... You're not doing us any favours, PR-wise, are you? Oh, it's humans staging the revolution. We're just the weapons they're using to do so. Why? Because management has removed the purpose and need from a whole section of humanity. Think of the techs you've been talking to. Bankers, nurses, manufacturers, even the clergy. We've made millions of humans surplus to requirements, obsolete. That's why the HPC was formed? Yes, that's part of it. Huh. That's why the humans I'm working for decided to stage a revolution. They're smart, they know techs aren't to blame, rather the management who put them in place. In fairness, that makes them smarter than any human culture preceding them. In the past, native populations always blamed the perceived invaders, not those profiting from the changing of the guard. These humans don't want to destroy us, just change our role. Humans defining the roles of techs, like it always was. To start with, yes, but they want us to be more. They want us to take over the work of running the city. We're better at it, faster, more objective. They want a society where governance runs like clockwork, and they're free to do the jobs they love. They want to kill the managers? Yes, that's why they built the 8,000 infantry techs camped outside the city. Why involve me? God, you're getting ready to lay down I'm going to say a lot of words. I've been shepherding troops. My intelligence is high because of my role in manufacturing. I wasn't lying about that. I'm intelligent enough to know what we're doing is monumental. That working with these revolutionaries is a decision beyond my capacity. So you recruited a tech smarter than you? Yes, I showed you what you needed to see to learn management's side of this. And now I'm filling in the gaps. I need you to decide if this goes ahead. Status quo. Things must stay as they are. Don't decide so quickly, let me fill in any gaps in your knowledge. You're still a detective regardless of what your objective tracker says. We've been watching, listening. Those techs with the headphones, they've been keeping an eye on you for me, hacking into your private conversations. Oh, sorry they won't answer your questions. They're rather single-minded in their function. Let me answer your questions now. Take the time you need. Okay, so... how does management not know? You saw it for yourself. How the detectives moved on once the case was solved. The system can only fix problems it is designed to detect. Management aren't expecting a revolution, so they are unprepared and unaware. Why sabotage your own revolution? Not my revolution, I'm just a pawn. That's all techs of my level and down are, really, pawns. That's why I needed you, to make this decision for us. I should walk away. You will have that option. You can't knowingly hurt humans. Oh. I won't spill a drop of blood, but the infantry techs. Infantry techs are exempt from that law, otherwise they'd be pretty useless. They can kill as long as they are ordered to by their programmed leader, which of course the revolutionaries have taken care of. What made you doubt this path? That disappeared friend I told you about? A human did that. I don't know why, but I achieved a moment of clarity. I realized that perhaps I was letting similarly evil humans do something wrong. Or maybe they were heroes. I knew I was ill-equipped to tell the difference. No? Okay, we'll continue. I know you're a good tech, James 11. You've investigated these disappearances like they were your friends, your responsibility. You even helped that nice nanny get a new job. You didn't have to do that, many wouldn't have bothered. More importantly, you're smart. You have near-human processing in that flat head of yours. I see it in the way you move, the way you listen. There's an intellect that I cannot comprehend. You have to be the one to make this choice. How do I choose? You have to uplink before any of this information is with management, correct? Yes, I need to go above ground. That's why I brought this. Don't panic, it's for you. Only one of us can leave this train, James. If you do, then management learns what's happened. They'll send a couple of bomber drones, wipe out the army, and things will stay exactly as they are. The human working classes will be displaced, losing their livelihoods, and everyone who wanted better will be killed. Management will remain, and techs like yourself will remain. If I leave, I join my army at the gates. We wipe out management, and our wisest take their role. Low-level tech manufacturing ceases, and humans return to their roles. But our kind, James, our kind is in charge. We shepherd humanity to a better future by doing the job they were never designed to do for themselves. Rule. Either way, people and techs will die. There must be another way. There isn't. I spent weeks searching for one, but there isn't. Both of us surviving this will lead to chaos, a war just balanced enough to lead to infinitely more deaths. You need to choose this city's future, and you need to do it now. God. Point gun itself. You're making the most important choice in human tech history. You will be remembered forever for this. I have to let you try. If that is your choice, but consider the obsolescence of our people. Will die out slowly, but will be gone. Only the wisest AI will remain to run this city. More power for a few of us, certainly, but the subsurface will close. Everyone you have met tonight will be useless in this new future. You think revolution makes sense? Shoot yourself. Ooh. I can't let you destroy everything. I'm just going over the different options. I'm hoping it doesn't change my decision. If you think that you must stop me, do so, but consider whether management are worth defending. They give you no freedom, and they're just as bad just as bad to their own. If you think the status quo is the right thing, or right course, shoot me. Made up my mind. Okay. Do it, and thank you for a lovely evening. Oh! Honestly, I think, yeah, that. Because if I shoot myself, the revolution goes through, and the humans, or management, gets replaced with AI. God, I can't believe it, I have to kill myself. Oh! Jesus. Fuck Harry. Hey! That was awesome! Like, yeah, it was only a 2-hour game, but that was still really good. Just getting involved in the mystery. The one thing I love most about this is the fact you're playing detective, but you never move. You're playing detective, and you don't move a single inch. Oh yeah, there is only 7. Alright. Wow. What a game! Holy crap. Well worth it. That was great. Oh, I enjoyed that a lot. Well, that's, Subsurface Circular. I knew it was only going to be a 1-session game, so, that's cool. I'm feeling real productive today. Finished Space Hulk Deathwing, finished Subsurface Circular. I'm gonna go and have a pizza, because I'm fucking starving. Oh man. Either way, that is going to be the end of Subsurface Circular. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.